Imagine stepping into a dusty Wild West town at sunrise, only to realize that the warriors marching over the horizon are not cowboys, but ancient Greek hoplites from the Peloponnesian War, and you have exactly 24 hours to survive the moment when revolvers and bronze spears collide in the same battlefield.
My lord, Jack arrived in the dusty frontier town just as the pale morning sun rose over the endless plains of the Wild West. But this was no ordinary place and no ordinary time, because far beyond the wooden saloons and creaking wagons, the world was echoing with the distant chaos of the Peloponnesian Wars. As strange as it sounded, two ages seemed to collide here, and Jack had exactly 24 hours to survive it. The wind pushed sand through the empty street while a loose saloon door slowly knocked against its frame. Jack stepped down from a worn stagecoach with only a revolver, a canteen, and a folded map that showed almost nothing useful. The town looked abandoned, but not dead. There were fresh horse tracks in the dirt and smoke rising somewhere behind the buildings. He checked his watch and started walking, because standing still in a place like this meant becoming a target. While moving past a broken wagon, Jack noticed something impossible. A group of warriors marching on the distant ridge, bronze armor shining under the sun, round shields reflecting the light. They were not cowboys, and they were not soldiers from this land. They looked like ancient Greek hoplites moving in disciplined formation, as if the Peloponnesian War had somehow spilled into the Wild West. Jack lowered himself behind a water trough, confused but aware that confusion gets people killed faster than bullets. By midday, the town felt like a furnace, the sun burning straight down while the battle faded into scattered skirmishes. Bodies lay in the dust, horses wandered without riders, and the silence that followed felt heavier than the gunshots before it. Jack searched the buildings for water and found a nearly empty barrel behind the general store. He drank slowly and studied the strange battlefield where 6 shooters and ancient spears lay side by side, like artifacts from 2 different histories forced into the same moment. As the afternoon stretched toward evening, Jack climbed onto the roof of the saloon to watch the plains. The horizon shimmered with heat waves, but far away he could see another column of soldiers approaching. More shields, more spears. The war clearly wasn't finished. He checked the bullets left in his revolver and realized something simple and terrifying. If another fight reached the town before nightfall, there would be nowhere left to hide. The sky turned deep orange as the sun dropped toward the horizon, and the approaching army finally stopped several miles away, forming a long defensive line across the plains. Torches began appearing in the distance like scattered stars, while the ruined town remained silent except for the wind moving through broken windows and abandoned shields and broken wagons. Jack knew night would bring a different kind of danger, because battles rarely stayed quiet after dark. Hours later, faint footsteps echoed in the streets. Surviving hoplites were searching the town carefully, shields on their backs, spears ready. Jack moved through the shadows between buildings, every step slow and deliberate. The moonlight painted the street silver, and every creaking board sounded louder than a gunshot. One wrong movement and the 24 hours would end early. Deep in the night, the wind picked up and carried dust across the empty streets. Jack hid inside the stable, watching the door move slightly with every gust. The war outside had gone quiet, but quiet never meant safe. It meant both sides were waiting. The first pale light of morning began to rise again over the plains, and the distant armies slowly started to move away from the ruined town, like ghosts fading with the night. Jack stepped outside carefully, the battlefield now silent, except for the wind moving through abandoned shields and broken wagons. He checked his watch one last time. 6 a.m. 24 hours completed, and Jack was still alive, but the strange war between worlds was far from over.